What is going on YouTube? It's Sank and we are back with another one. Now in this drop, coming at you guys with a couple of plays to pick up next week in the markets. Before I kick things off, if you'd like to help out the channel by hitting that like button because it keeps the show rolling. Alright guys, we're just moments away from kicking off a fresh new week in these markets, and I'm always pumped to start a new week in the stock market because it always brings us opportunities. Whether that is we're taking profits from some of our players that have been on the move, or we're catching those cheaper prices, setting ourselves up for future success. That being said, in this drop, I'm going to put on your radar a few plays that we will hit success in that have dipped down in these markets. Now, Friday's trading session just gone. We saw a lot of these plays come down. The whole growth market took a cool-off period. So that just gives us better entry on some of these quality plays. Now, showing conviction and fearlessness in quality plays when they dip down is how we make the money. So we're about to make these money moves. So let's run the first one. So we've got ticker symbol CZR, that's Caesars Entertainment. Now this is going to be one of your winning reopening plays. What you guys got to realize is there's some top tier reopening plays that I want you guys to get in on the action, and this is one of those plays. Now this is one that has a healthy portfolio of casinos that are going to see their fortunes just completely transform as we move through economic reopening. This is because they're going to have no problem filling up that capacity, and as they do, they're going to post up better and better financial quarters as we move through earnings season, bringing that stock price along with it. Now if you check out the charts on the 1 year chart, this one has shown that resilience over the whole year despite the volatility we've seen in the markets for growth plays. Now this is because when it comes to the fundamentals, this play is a lot stronger than the rest of its peers. That's why it's had no problem continuing to move upwards. But if we zoom in, check this out. This one is moving like clockwork for us because every month we have a pullback in this play back down to that long-term upwards trending support, and that's the point to load up on the play. So I'm going to take you guys through it. Check this. This play was $96 in April. They then pulled back to $88. That was a dip in April. Now in May, the next month, we saw this play at $105. They then dipped down to $92, and you guys scooped up that dip with me at $92. Next month, here we are, June, this play moved up to $110. You can see the upwards trajectory of this play. But of course, every month, this one's going to have the pullback. Now look where they're sitting, $100. So it's time for us to load up on the play at this level, because after this dip, they're going to move up somewhere in the region of $120. Then after that, they'll dip down to around $105, and that'll be the next time to load up on the play. So you guys know it's about being strategic with the entry on these plays. Now this is one I'm going to take all the way to around $140, catching the dip strategically. That is how we're going to maximize our returns on this play. Now this one is one of these under radar plays, often overshadowed by a play like DraftKings, which is in the gambling space. That play is in the spotlight. But what you guys got to realize is Caesars is still making those quality partnerships that DraftKings is also. This play partnered with the NFL just like DraftKings did, so this play really is on the map, and they're just going to go from strength to strength, as I say, as we transition through economic reopening. So I want to make sure you guys grab your shares at $100 on this one. Your next play to pick up next week in the markets, that's ticker symbol BCRX, that's BioCryst. Now, I've told you guys before, this is one of the few biopharm plays that I rock with, given the direction I'm seeing the company go and the large upside that still exists on that stock price. Now, we first picked this one up at $7, and we're looking to triple our money on this play because we took them $7 up to where they're at right now, that $15, $16, $17 mark, and we're looking to take them over $20. So it's not too late for you guys to join the party on this one if you're not already in this one. The key to hitting success in this one is just to catch them in as much weakness as possible. Now, if you look at that stock price, this is going to be one of your more volatile plays. This is a play that can swing around, but just take advantage of the cheaper prices. Now, we've seen this one move down from $17 down to the $15. So first entry can be made here, but at this point, you guys are just nibbling at this position. If we catch them at $14, you load up more, and if you catch them at $13 or even $12, you go heavy on this play, because this is one, as I said, we're taking to $20. You can make a lot of money on this play. This is one with a lot of untapped potential when it comes to that stock price, because they are just expanding internationally, and the market is only factoring in a small amount of their US sales. It's not accounting for their sales in Germany, their sales in the UK, sales in Japan, and their sales that will take place in Israel as well. And there's several more continents and countries that the play will touch. Also, there's a hidden gem with this one. They got a pipeline product that if we see any development or moving along in their stages, and that is also brought to market along with their main product, that's Olideu, again, you're going to see a big market cap jump in this one, and that stock price will move. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up. This is your next play to pick up in the markets. The next play for you guys to pick up next week in the markets, that's ticker symbol GRWG, that's GrowGeneration. Now, since I last spoke to you about this play last week, there hasn't been much movement in that stock price. They were $40 last week, they're now $40 as we speak. But I'll let you guys know, this one is just showing stability around that $40 mark. Now, I'm gonna give you guys the heads up. We saw a bit of a cool off in growth plays on Friday's trading session. Now, if we see that extend into next week in the markets, don't be surprised to see this one drop into the high 30s. It's inevitable. This play is going to move down with the rest of the growth market. And if we see extended pullback in the growth plays, this one will touch the mid 30s just like it did back in May when we saw this one at $35. But I'm going to let you guys know, yes, in the short term, if this one did drop down to the mid 30s, a lot of you guys will see this play back at your average, or some of you guys might even be down 5 or 10%. But the key thing is that it's just a short-term event at the mid-30s level. This is a play that will become one of our double up plays. Let me remind you guys, all-time high on this one came in around the mid-60s. Over the next 12 months, we will be retesting those all-time highs on this play, because this is one just showing that momentum that is underappreciated and not reflected at all in that stock price. Check this out, at $40, this is a price tag we haven't seen since December. Now, since December, this play has been on the up and up. They're looking to double their revenues that they did in December come this December this year. So this is a play that's been showing momentum, acquiring retail outlets, consolidating their position within the industry. It's just a matter of time before we will see this one explode. So just use this as an opportunity while this plays on the cheap to accumulate your position and build here. And as I say, if you catch them in the 30s, load up even more on this play. This is going to be one of our winning plays. So we're going to round it up here. That's ticker symbol ALPP. That's Alpine 4 standing $3.34. This one is still trending at that long-term support in the mid threes. So just continue to accumulate your position at this price level. All it takes is for that one catalyst, whether it's that acquisition announcement or that business update or the NASDAQ uplisting news, to move this one up. This can easily move up into the 4s, can easily move up into the 5s. As I said to you guys before, it's up to you how you want to play it. If you want to take the short-term profits at that 4-5 level, net the win, that's completely fine. Or if you want to hold them long term, that's another viable strategy on the play. Just continue to accumulate your position at this level. This is going to be one of your solid plays that is also a winning play moving forward. Alright, so those are the plays I've got for you and the strategy to go with. As we head into next week, if we do see a continuation on the pullback we saw from Friday, I don't want you guys to panic. Just use it as an opportunity to build your positions in these quality plays. It's all about showing that conviction in weakness. So if you've been rocking with the channel, you know what time it is. Question comes from Mario, says, hey, thank you very much for your videos. It's helpful to have someone explain the situation when you're a new investor and keep seeing your portfolio in the red. I wanted to ask, what's your worst performing stock, most negative, and how you deal with it? Do you keep buying or just wait for a breakthrough first? Thanks once again. Keep up the good work. So first up, I want to say I appreciate you for sending this in. You guys know I like to keep it 100 with you, so check this out. It's my worst performing play. That's ticker symbol BABA. That's Alibaba. So I'm holding 15 shares on this one. Value over 2,000. But check out the return. Down 1,000 in the red, over 30% on this play. Now I'm just going to give you guys a little bit of intel. Just tell you guys some things of how you handle some of your plays that are in the red. Okay, so it's all about understanding the play, because a lot of your plays might be in the red temporarily, and they just might be going through some shortcomings at the moment that will pass. So with Alibaba, we know this play has had its regulatory issues, it's had its delays, it's had its sell-offs in the tech space that have all impacted that stock price. Now, if we dive a little bit deeper, look at that long-term stock price on this one. Now, since around 2015, 2016, this one has had an upward sloping support line, and right now at $212 it's trading bang on that support. So over time there are periods where Alibaba will leave that support and spike upwards, just like we saw in that October where it went up to $300, but it will trend back down to that longer term support line. It's kind of like Apple, how we call Apple around the 125 mark when it was on its support. Now Apple's sitting around 130, 129. So if you're down on a play that you have conviction in, that's a play that you believe will make a rise, you have three options. You either hold, you buy in weakness, that is you buy when the stock price is coming down, or you buy in strength. that is when the stock price makes a reversal and starts to tick upwards. Now with Alibaba, I've been waiting to buy in strength, okay? And that's paid off so far because ever since this place has been on a continual slideways down. But once I see a reversal in that price action, once it starts to make some momentum upwards, then I'll load up on the play because that will get my average down and I'll net all those returns on the way back up in this one. So those are just options for you guys to run through on your plays that you're down at the moment to ensure that you hit success moving forward when those plays do make a turnaround. Alright, so that wraps up for this one. If you've got any questions for me, leave them down below and I get back to you. I want to say I appreciate you guys on your way out. Do light up that comment section for me if you're new, join the movement, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.